This broadcast is partnered by BetterSleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try BetterSleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep, until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the BetterSleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. These are certainly hanging up for WWE and AEW once again. It is official. Wrestlepalooza will counter-program AEW All Out on September 20th. We're going to talk about it right here in Alyx's World. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Friday Night SmackDown review, recap, discussion. Let's talk about it before we get to SmackDown. A big piece of news just came out that we need to discuss. Once again, WWE will go head-to-head with AEW. We've been seeing that way too often, especially here in 2025. At this point, no one can argue that it's not deliberate. No one. They're doing it on purpose. It is what it is. We know why they're doing it, because Triple H is petty. Triple H is mad that Tony Khan beat him for a year plus when NXT went head-to-head with AEW. Vince McMahon taxed Triple H with the goal, the aim of putting AEW out of business. He wanted to inject All Elite Wrestling with a lethal dose of poison. If anyone's gonna kill Tony Khan's company, it's gonna be the Game. Vince McMahon told Triple H to crush AEW on Wednesdays. And Triple H failed. He failed. AEW became, rightfully so, competition with WWE. Not only could they not crush them, they surpassed WWE in more ways than one. Not just in terms of quality, when Vince was running, of course, but in terms of attendance, in terms of hype. For a short period of time, AEW was the number one show when it comes to wrestling, period. And then Vince stepped down. Triple H took over. And ever since Triple H has taken over, he has made it his life mission to make sure Tony Khan does not get out of the gate with anything. You see, it's not about just putting AEW out of business. Triple H wants to humiliate Tony Khan. You see, this announcement of Wrestlepalooza, nice callback to ECW, by the way, but Wrestlepalooza going head-to-head with All Out. And then, of course, the big reveal that the main event is going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. It hasn't been official yet, but that's what the headlines are saying. Triple H is getting his way. The ultimate goal for what they're doing is to take over the headlines. Is to take over the news. when it's all said and done, it doesn't matter what kind of a show AEW has. I'll be honest with you. I think in terms of a wrestling show, AEW might outperform WWE. Real talk. I think AEW is going to outperform WWE when it comes to in-ring action. But no one's going to talk about that. No matter how many 5-star matches AEW has, the WWE is going to control the headlines. There's nothing AEW can do right now that is going to be a bigger match than John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Especially when you consider the fact that this could be the last time these two wrestle ever again. Cena's on his way out. December 13th. They said it. December 13th is John Cena's final appearance. That's his final appearance in WWE. Period. Or at least his final match. So this match carries weight. And I think at the end of the day, while I believe competition is healthy, there's competition, and then there's just a massacre. The WWE is far and away a number one to AEW's number two. They don't need to do this. They don't need to go head-to-head with AEW All Out to control the wrestling news, to control the narrative. They could have done Wrestlepalooza the very next day. Still would have controlled the headlines. This is personal. And we'll get more into it when we start talking about Wrestlepalooza All Out. Breaking down the inside notes of it. But this is personal for Triple H. Tony Khan humiliated Triple H. Not just publicly, but in the eyes of Vince McMahon. And as evil and disgusting as his actions were, that got him fired, that got him to step down, that forced him out of TKO, Triple H still looks up to Vince McMahon as an idol, as someone he hopes to one day be despite his evil deeds, the good side of him. Triple H envisions himself as a better version of Vince McMahon. And so when that guy looks at him and goes, I am disappointed in you. You disappointed me. I'm taking your show away from you. I'm taking NXT away from you. That's my show now because you couldn't get the job done. Triple H has got to harbor some deep-rooted hatred towards Tony Khan. And since Shawn Michaels, his best friend, is also in competition with TK, well, that spells bad news for Tony Khan. It's as simple as that. So we'll definitely get into that. I can't wait to give you my full thoughts on this competition between Wrestlepalooza and AEW All Out. Trust me when I say this, you don't want to miss it. We'll also talk about SmackDown. The first live SmackDown in Dublin, Ireland. Huge. Love the crowd. Crowd carried the show. I'll be honest, I liked it. Yes, because of the crowd. But no, I thought overall, the show did a good job of setting up Paris, continuing stories. I'm very much invested in what they're doing with Miz and Mello. Keep that going, please. That's great. It's elevating the tag team division. It's adding some spice to an already great division in terms of the in-ring quality. Again, the best thing on SmackDown easily is the tag team division. And Miz and Mello are adding to that. The story behind them. And I like it. And the fans love it too. John Cena eviscerating Logan Paul. Legendary promo by John Cena eviscerating Logan Paul. Look here. I hate how they turned him babyface. I hate how they ended his heel run. But one of the reasons why I was excited about him turning babyface is his feud with Logan Paul. So he can do exactly what he just did on SmackDown. It was worth it. That turn alone for this promo made it worth it. This promo made it worth it. Now, here comes the bad news. Anytime John Cena eviscerates anybody on the microphone before a match, guess what that means? That means John Cena is losing the match. Great. I gotta watch John Cena lose to Logan Paul next Sunday. Whoopee! Jesus Christ almighty. They're still doing Jade and Tiffany. At least they're keeping them together to do that match later. I am interested to see how Aleister Black and Damian Priest pans out. That's not looking too bad. Becky opening the show was great. Crowd loved her and then hated her. Out of respect. That was great. I am going to be questioning why WWE is ignoring the brand split all of a sudden. It just feels like people are going back and forth for no reason, and it's pissing me off. Do we have a brand split or not? Honor the brand split, please. If we're going to have it, have it. Otherwise, get rid of it. If you're not going to honor the brand split, okay. Get rid of it. Have everybody on every show. But ultimately, I thought SmackDown was a better show than last week. Actually, it's been a better show than the last previous weeks. I think this isn't really indicative of where WWE is now. One good show doesn't make up for what feels like a quarter of the year of bad storytelling and bad booking all around. Because it just feels like everything that they've done since WrestleMania has meant nothing. And now that they're past SummerSlam, I'm now interested to see, okay, how are we going to finish off this year? Are we going to end it on a strong note? Although the first half hasn't been all that great. Like, everything since Chamber couldn't live up. Couldn't live up. But let's see how it ends. We got plenty of time to see how it ends. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and move things along. I have a lot to say, so I don't want to keep you here too long in the introduction. We're going to move it along. I'm going to do the shout-outs. I'm going to say hello to the people. Then we'll get to Wrestlepalooza, counter-programming, AEW All Out, and then we'll do SmackDown, and then we'll hit the bricks, and I'll see you Sunday for AEW All Out if you care about that. Well, not even All Out. What is it? Forbidden Door. See what I mean? That just shows you where I am with AEW. I'm getting the pay-per-views mixed up. Regardless, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit! Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review. Past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to, give thanks, hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameos, give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot the press. Also get you an old school Gillespie t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here. And Alyx says, we're all getting tongue-tied. Try saying all that really fast. See if you don't get tongue-tied. Sir. Love you all so much for being here. You could be anywhere here in the YouTube space. You chose me. I am grateful for it. Show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine Nights and Fires are hard. Elias, a demon. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Khalil does everything. Everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan, a danger. Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course, Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure ya like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So up, boost by algorithm. By God's my algorithm. Boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. And yes, in case you guys haven't noticed, every single Friday, the International Super Chat Championship is on the line. Tonight is no different. If you want that Super Chat title, you must donate. You must donate, ladies and gentlemen, the most money of the stream. But understand, when you come for the king, you best not miss. And we all know that the champ, Corporate Clyde, is someone that does not miss. So if you're going to come for his belt, be ready to put up or shut up. All right, who's here? Who we got going tonight? Who we got going in the live chat? The first person I see going is Kingville24. And then we got former international champ Ronwell Nagales. Yo, Ronwell, I know you busy, my friend, but we'll have to see if you end up staying the non-champ for long, because I don't think I see Corporate Clyde in sight. So you could slip a couple bucks, just like just slip in like $10 and see. You know what I mean? And see if you take it. Be like, and then just kind of quietly take the international title. Something to think about. I'm not saying that you have to do it. I'm just putting it out there. You know what I mean? We got JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. We got Joseph Winters. We got Game Shock. I also see Trey Lucado. I see Sir Smokes a Lot. Interesting. He says nosebleed seats are $500 a pop for one person for WrestlePalooza. We're gonna talk about it. I got the prices right here. Trust me, you not gonna believe these prices. Yes, you are. You're gonna believe the prices, but it's gonna blow your mind. We got WWE Movie Maker. I also see, let me scroll down a little bit. Uh-oh. Is that who I think it is? Ladies and gentlemen, show your love to former international champ, the Savior, Drew Usher. So it's official. ESPN Plus will not include the WWE PLEs. It's a separate tier. Now ESPN Unlimited. That makes sense. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I also see Dro Davidian, the Ultimate Strawberry Smoothie, Shadow Star, Andre Benson says bought a ticket to WrestlePalooza, got lucky, only $120 for the cheapest ticket, upper level. My goodness. Wait till I show you the floor seats. No, for real. Wait till you see these floor seat prices. You're gonna be floored. Daquan is savage. Just do a couple more people. Don't want to miss anybody. Adam Ritter, good to have you here, sir. Phenomenal Ace. It should be Ospreay or Leon Slayer that retires AJ. Mr. AJ Styles, that would be cool. Yeah, AJ should have one match in AEW and call it a day. I think did I cover everybody? So am I? No, I didn't. Angela Lockwood. And oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. I was thinking that. See, I was sitting here thinking that that Ronwell might be able to take it, but Corp CA said, you thought. I'm waiting in the locker room, seeing who dares to try and take what's mine. Yeah, I mean, he hit him with that Jacob fought too. All gas, no brakes with it. Ryan B says, I remember $40 SmackDown floor seat. What? The SmackDown floor seats need to... What? SmackDown floor seat used to be $40? Is that true? Are you fucking with me, Brian B? Or Ryan B? Ryan B. That's crazy. SmackDown used to actually be $40. That's crazy. All right. So, let me go ahead and move things along here. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the international title is on the line. Corp CA is in the building. So, I'm letting you know right now, if you come for the king, you best not miss. Because Corp CA is your tribal chief. Acknowledge him! Be sure you like the video. Get these likes up, ladies and gentlemen, because it actually does help boost the algorithm. Alright, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it moving. Rolling, yeah! You ready to talk about it? WrestlePalooza. So the big news came out some time ago that WWE was going to counter-program AEW on September 20th. But we didn't know with what show or how. It was just rumors. Wasn't official. But we all thought, why All Out? You know what I mean? Why are we deliberately counter-programming AEW when WWE has said multiple times they're not competition? But every single chance they could counter-program AEW, they have. Double or Nothing was facing, was it NXT? I think it was NXT. Yep. All In was dealing with Goldberg's retirement. And Great American Bash, but mostly Goldberg's retirement. And now, All Out is dealing with the new WWE PLE, WrestlePalooza. It is official. WrestlePalooza, WWE Wrestlepalooza, will take place September 20th, 2025. Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis. It will go head-to-head with AEW All Out, which is happening on pay-per-view. Now check this out. Got some details for you. The first WWE premium live event streaming on ESPN Unlimited. That's their ESPN Plus streaming service. This will mark the early start of WWE's five-year, $1.6 billion deal. So they're starting it here. They were supposed to start it at the Royal Rumble. They said, nah, we're going to start that shit right now. So, literally, WWE Paris, Clash in Paris, is the last PLE that will take place on Peacock. Every other PLE will take place on ESPN. Now, the ESPN bundle does include Disney Plus and Hulu. So, if you're already paying for Disney Plus and Hulu, like me, just pay the extra, $10 bucks? So essentially, everything I was paying Peacock, I'm now gonna pay for ESPN. Sounds good to me. So, this show already has a stacked lineup. They announced that Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Becky Lynch, and Drew McIntyre will all be having matches. But the main event, the highlight, the headliner, for the last time, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. will be the main event. So, as I said before, the whole point of this show isn't just to steal viewers from AEW. The whole point is to steal the headlines, is to control the narrative. Have nobody talking about All Out. And I love that they used Wrestlepalooza, which is an ECW title. The last time I think they used Wrestlepalooza, ECW Wrestlepalooza, was in 2000, right? 2000. Will this be a hardcore show? Will this be an ECW themed show? That actually might make it even more interesting. Because those are questions I have. Like, we know it's going to be some type of a, I guess, throwback, or not even throwback, but homage, tribute to ECW. We'll have to see. We don't know the details yet. But we got plenty of time. It's a month away, so we'll see what they do. I want you to think about this for a minute, because imagine the ticket prices for WrestleMania. Like, on average, if you went to WrestleMania, you were looking to spend $750 a night. That's $1,500 for 2 nights at WrestleMania. Minimum. $1,500, right? Let's not talk about the floor seats. When it comes to Wrestlepalooza, and I'm not joking you, if you want to get a floor seat, just a standard, no package, no extra thing here or there, just a standard floor seat, you will be spending, at bare minimum, $6,000. I'm not kidding you. To get a floor seat, not a seat in the rafters, or just a regular seat, bottom bowl, a floor seat, $6,000. Now, last I checked, Wrestlepalooza was not WrestleMania. It's not even SummerSlam. It's not even Survivor Series. Why is WWE charging $6,000 for a show in September? What? But I guess Brock Lesnar and John Cena justifies it, right? No! It doesn't justify it. That's too much. I'm sorry. Look, I don't care what y'all got to say. Way too much money. Way too much goddamn money spent for these WWE shows. $6,000 for a floor seat? A floor seat. It's ridiculous. But hey, who am I to say anything? I checked WrestleTix. They're already close to selling it out. They're past the halfway mark. They're about to cross 10,000 already. So what do I know? What do I know? I'm sitting here complaining about it being too much. They're already about to cross halfway point. So maybe I should shut the fuck up. WWE is going to continue to make hand over fist. Fans are still going to buy these seats. They're still going to pay all this money. Whether it's $750 or $70,000. There's a reason why I said $70,000, by the way, because you know what? No, we're not going to talk about it. But I'm sorry. I can't. There is no show worth spending $6,000 over. Not this WWE. I've seen John Cena live. I've seen Brock Lesnar live. Neither one of them is worth $6,000. Sorry. If I'm spending $6,000, The Rock and Roman Reigns better be on this show. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, sir. The only time I'm even thinking about spending $6,000 is if The Rock and Roman Reigns is on the show. Yes, Elias. To get a floor seat at WrestlePalooza, September 20th, you have to spend $6,000. Minimum. That's just a floor seat. Think about the front row. Regardless, let's keep talking about it. Let's move on to All Out. So, we all know that All Out is a Big 5 pay-per-view for AEW. What makes this one special is that this is the first All Out, I think, to debut in Toronto. Right? I think for the last, 5 years, it's been in Chicago. And I've been one of the main people saying, all right, you need to move out of Chicago when it comes to All Out. They went to Toronto, and it's looking like they're going to sell it out. They're close to, I think, 18,000 tickets. Massive. Of course, AEW, anytime it goes to Canada or goes outside the U.S., it does great numbers. So, I'm expecting this show to be great for their business. And this crowd's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what this crowd does. So, can we just talk about what we're doing here? What WWE is doing when it comes to counter-programming AEW. It's not improving their product. It's not for the love of competition. What they're doing is petty. That's it. They just want to fuck with Tony Khan. They want to mess with him. They want to make him go on Twitter and start complaining and go on a Twitter storm talking about how much he hates WWE. They want to break Tony. Make him out to be a mark. And Tony Khan, to his credit, he's doing his best to respond in kind because he was asked about it. You know what he said? He chooses to focus on improving the quality of his shows and storytelling. How's that going for you, Tony? How's that storytelling going? It's getting better. I'll admit that, but it's far behind. They even asked 9 belts. 9 belts, Monet. Mercedes Monet. Yes, Mercedes just won a new belt today, literally. So she's no longer 8 belts, she's 9 belts. Here's what Mercedes Monet had to say about WWE going head-to-head with AEW. I don't watch them. I don't care about them. I'm 9 belts Monet. I'm a champion of so many different companies. So the more, the merrier. If they want to put on wrestling shows while we have wrestling shows, I'm always going to be better. That's why I call myself the CEO. They can keep doing whatever they want to do, but AEW is taking over. If they want to watch the best good wrestling, watch All Elite Monet. CEO. Okay, she didn't do that, but yeah, AEW is taking over. Don't you think you're doing you're adding too much on there, Monet? Just a little too much? Look, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm gonna be straight with you all. Cause I did a poll before I came up here to talk about this, and I asked you, the people, how we feel about this. And a majority of you gave me the answer I expected. Competition is healthy for the wrestling business. This is going to make AEW and WWE put their best foot forward, right? They're going to push each other to produce their best shows. Because now that they know that they're going head-to-head, and since AEW is the one forcing people to spend $50, their card has to be airtight, 5-star, can't miss. They need to be able to say, when you spend $50 on our show, you won't regret it. Otherwise, they risk losing viewers to Brock Lesnar and John Cena. I would love to say that this is going to push both companies to be their best self. But I'm going to keep it straight with you. I'm going to keep it 100. I've always kind of felt like, at least for the past quarter this year, WWE and AEW have been competing, have been on a race to the bottom. I think both shows, both companies, have not been putting their best foot forward. WWE, for some reason, they have actually gotten worse at their storytelling. I don't know what happened after Chamber, but this show has been off since WrestleMania. They have not been able to find their footing. It has not been a great show. A lot of the stuff that I loved, I was invested in going into WrestleMania, I'm not invested in now. Are there some things that are working? Yes. But the overall interest in the product is very, very low. And I'm actually very, very upset that they have the gall to act like they're in any position to brag about being the number one company. Because to me, and I've said this before, WWE is making us pay these astronomical prices for less content. Less matches on a pay-per-view show. Not as much storytelling. Not as much big moments. You get all these pay-per-views, PLEs coming to you from NXT across the world. Foreign countries, excuse me. And what do we get out of it? Nothing. Just very glorified house shows, PLEs, that show no advancement in storylines, hold no water in terms of show of the year. Ain't much happening with this company. Triple H still books like he's on NXT. He doesn't book like he's running a wrestling show with 5 hours each week, give or take. We are paying more for less content. And you want me to get excited about that WWE. A WWE where the main event going into WrestlePalooza doesn't involve Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, R-Truth, Aleister Black, Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, Stephanie Baker. You know what the main event is? Do you know what the main event is? Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. I don't care the significance of this match. Yes, it's John Cena and Brock Lesnar's last match ever. I get it. And it's a big marquee match. But do you not understand how embarrassing it must be that after all these years, all this time to build new faces, build new talent, the marquee match for your show is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar? 10 years ago, that was a marquee match. 10 years later. And that show is going up against the weakest version of AEW that I've seen so far. There's always time for it to get worse. AEW this year has been laughably bad when it comes to storytelling. In-ring quality, here and there. All In was an excellent show. I thought All In was an awesome show. Dynamite, hit or miss. But what do we always say about AEW pay-per-views? They always deliver inside the ring, right? And usually, I would give the edge. See what I did there? I would give the edge to AEW. So here's the problem with AEW All Out. And I don't mind talking about this. I'll go more into detail about this on Sunday. They heavily rely on the same talent to carry their shows. Hangman Page, MJF, Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, Okada. Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm. I think that's about it. So, what's going to happen when those guys or those women get hurt? We're not creating new stars on AEW. Thankfully, Darby Allin came back. But what's going to happen when one or two of those guys get hurt and they can't carry your show? We're about to find out. You want to know why? News came out that Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland are injured. Both of them are working this Sunday at Forbidden Door with injuries. And after Forbidden Door, they'll both be taking time off. Yeah, Will Ospreay is working with a herniated disc that needs surgery. Swerve Strickland is working with a knee injury. I think a torn meniscus that also needs surgery. So guess what happens after Sunday? Those two go away. They will not be at All Out. I don't think. Unless Tony Khan pulls their arm and begs them to work one more pay-per-view. Will Ospreay, I'm sorry. If he's working with a herniated disc, he needs to do your match on Sunday and go get your surgery. Swerve has been working with bad knees. I think he's been working with bad knees since WWE. So this is his thing, but bro, go get your help. Go get your surgery. Get healed up. Don't be a Seth Rollins. Don't be a Seth Rollins. Go get your surgery. Come back healthy. So what the hell is AEW going to put on? Knowing that they're not going to have Swerve Strickland or Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay, who is arguably their best performer. Now what are you going to do? I love Hangman Page. He ain't carrying the show. I love MJF. He ain't carrying the show. The only match right now that you could do that would make me spend $50, Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, Texas Death Match, Hardcore Rules, Falls Count Anywhere. That's all you got. I don't know anything else that you can do, quite honestly. Maybe Cope and Christian versus FTR. Although that seems too soon. That feels too soon. I think they're going to hold off on Cope and Christian versus FTR until Full Gear. As they should. They'll probably end up doing some version of Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus, Kip Sabian versus Edge and Christian. Cope and Christian. That's something. Okay. If you do a rematch between Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm, maybe I'll be interested in that. Maybe. If you give Omega and Ibushi a tag team title match against the Hurt Syndicate or FTR, or whoever wins the tag team titles, it's not going to be Brodito. I was going to say Bandito and Brody King, but Brodito. I have to wonder what's going to happen with AEW now that it's going to lose Swerve and Will. They have to find a way to carry on without them. They got to load this show up somehow. Because if they don't, WWE is going to murder them. And if I'm Tony Khan, I'm regretting my decision to not put more emphasis on my roster. This is why I keep telling Tony Khan, you need to work on your storytelling. If he had just taken the time to build on his stories, to actually get people invested in their shows, Swerve and Will can take a break. But ask yourself this. What do they have? Like, honestly, what storyline do they have right now that would make you spend $50? Because remember, this isn't happening on live television. You have to spend $50. Unlike WWE, you're paying $30. So, like, that optics hurts them as well. So, WWE is going to have the bigger match for less money. AEW is going to have a much more longer show, because you know these shows are going to be 8 fucking hours. And I'm not exaggerating. A 2-hour pre-show, probably a 6-hour show. So, you got a long pay-per-view, $50, and you're not even going to have your best performers on the show. What do? And so you ask me, am I excited about this? What's there to be excited about? What is there to be excited about? Because there's nothing about this that screams, this is going to make wrestling better. All you're doing, all WWE is doing, going head to head with AEW, is hurting both shows. You're going to hurt both shows. You're going to split the viewers. The ones who can't spend the $50 will watch WWE. And the ones who don't like what you're doing, Triple H, will watch AEW. And someone just said in the live chat, well, Tony Khan started it. He did. And Triple H said, all right, I want my pound of flesh. 'Cause I'm the game. But really, like, who does this help? Who gets better? Who benefits from competition in this instance? Because wrestling needs competition to thrive. When you have a top company fighting to stay on top while other companies are nipping at its heels, and he has to, by he, I mean the top company, has to keeping their audience happy, keep the momentum going so it doesn't lose that top spot. That's when competition can help wrestling. But when you have one show that's half-assing it, that's making you pay more for less, that has a main event of John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, which was hot 10 years ago and unfortunately is hot now. And the alternative to that is the weakest version of AEW, where you're forced to spend $50 to watch an 8-hour show. Yes, plus the pre-show, but an 8-hour show that's not going to have Will Ospreay, because he's going to go get surgery on his spine, herniated disc. It's not going to have Swerve Strickland. He needs surgery too on his knee, torn meniscus. What are they going to do? I'm sorry, but I don't see how this helps anybody. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see both companies step up to the plate. Maybe WWE and AEW will put their best foot forward and we get 2 of the best shows all year. I'm not holding my breath. I think Triple H is going to do the bare minimum, make the show all about John Cena and Brock Lesnar. We'll probably get Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, CM Punk and Seth Rollins, or some version of Punk, Rollins, LA Knight. Yeah! They'll probably do Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus the Bronze again. Becky's probably going to take on Nikki Bella. Although that might happen at Paris. I don't know what's going to happen. I still don't know what's happening with the women's world championship. Don't know if Stephanie Picar's going to be doing that. I'm assuming we're going to get Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton again. I'm also assuming we're getting some kind of a women's tag team title match. Bare minimum. It's not going to be a lot going into this show. Maybe Don will put on the IC title on the line against, I don't know, Sheamus. You tell me. But it really does make you wonder, and I really mean this. Like, why has WWE gotten so lazy with their booking? Is it because they know they're so far ahead that there's nothing AEW can do to catch up? But man, look, I think it's kind of sad that the same AEW that was constantly giving Vince McMahon hell, that took Triple H to school for a year plus, embarrassed Triple H so badly on Wednesday nights, he moved to Tuesdays, and Vince McMahon told the game, I'm disappointed. I am disappointed in you. You are no longer my favorite son. Your show is mine. Your brother's soul is mine. Who knows that reference? That's an easy one. He embarrassed Triple H to the point now Triple H is harboring deep-rooted hatred. And he's taking it out on Tony Khan right now. That's what this is. And quite frankly, I think it's pathetic. It's pathetic. This isn't going to improve anything. This isn't about the wrestling business. This is WWE flexing his muscles, throwing his weight around to embarrass Tony Khan. And that's my thoughts. Unfiltered. I would love it if by the end of it we get to September 20th and WWE and AEW have both improved as companies and they are fighting tooth and nail to create the best products so they can have two of the best pay-per-views, both of them fighting for the #1 spot for the sake of the business. I'm not wasting my breath. I'm not. I have a feeling, this is just my opinion, that by the end of this, none of these shows, neither one of these shows are going to matter. All Out's not going to matter. WrestlePalooza is not going to matter. And so at the end of the day, the only people that lose out are the fans. But we'll see. We shall see. If you're looking for a show that gives you great in-ring product, AEW will be the show for you. If you want something more in terms of storytelling and characters, then WWE is for you. I now ask the people the ultimate question. What show are you going to watch? Are you going to watch WrestlePalooza? Are you going to watch All Out? Are you going to watch both? Or are you going to watch neither? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live chat. While you guys discuss that, let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown. Laying a smackdown on all your candy asses. SmackDown was live in good old Dublin, Ireland, for the first time. And I thought this was an excellent crowd. This crowd carried the show. Took a show that was honestly average and made it really good, very entertaining. I liked it. They opened up with Becky Lynch. Of course, the hometown, the home country hero, Becky Lynch. She comes out. She's all babyface, lovey-dovey Becky. Crowd's loving her. She's all emotional. We did it, guys. I brought WWE to Dublin. We're on TV. And then she heals up on them and says, you will never see me ever again. I have surpassed you. I have outgrown you. I am bigger than you. You cannot sniff the bottom of my shoes. You're not worthy to carry my bags. She didn't say all of that, but essentially, Dublin turned on her because she healed up on her. Told her to shut the fuck up. And her hot husband. Tiffany Stratton came out. Woo, boy. Yeah, Tiffany with a microphone. Not a good idea. Nia Jax comes out. And surprisingly does a better job than Tiffany, but still, ooh, boy, not great. Nia Jax attacks Tiffany. Becky Lynch double teams them. And then here we go. Jade Cargill comes out. Guess what this means? Where's Teddy Long at? Where's Teddy? Can you give me a holla, holla, holla? We got ourselves a tag team match, player. A tag team match, player. So that was the main event. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Nia Jackson, Becky Lynch. The match, just getting to it. Anyone else noticing that Jade Cargill's matches are a lot shorter? Like, really short, like 7 minutes short. So, if we have to go out of our way to protect Jade this much, I'm just saying maybe she shouldn't be in this position, but whatever. The match was fine, just short. And then Jade Cargill wins, gets the pin on Nia Jax after a frog splash. So they're going to continue Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. That's still the plan for the women's title. I think eventually, unless Bianca Belair comes in, they might actually give Jade Cargill the title. Because I thought about this for a minute. They might be setting her up for a heel turn. Because they realize that Naomi is too lovable. She just had a baby. So it's probably smarter to turn Jade heel. Although I don't think it's a good idea. Because she still has the sympathy from being attacked a year ago. Almost a year ago. They still might do it. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, Jade Cargill is probably going to win that women's title eventually. And if she wins it, you know what? Just turn her heel. Everyone loves Naomi anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I believe after this, I want to make this correct. So let me actually take a look at what was on the docket here. Yes, it was Mellow Dope Miz. Carmelo Hayes and The Miz taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. Look, I am just happy, number one, that Melo is involved in something. Carmelo Hayes, to me, has been one of the low-key best talents on SmackDown since he got to the main roster, but it doesn't feel like they know what to do with him. And so with this storyline involving him and The Miz, it actually has legs to it. There's water behind it, and people are invested. The crowd is really behind this. People love seeing Carmelo Hayes not only get TV time, but win. But you're seeing The Miz ride his coattails. That legend that's trying to stay relevant because he realizes that his time is almost up. And so he's riding the coattails of Carmelo Hayes and stealing his glory, right? And then gaslighting him backstage going, us as a team. When in reality, Miz is using Carmelo. We all see that. But it's working. You know, here in Dublin, they love The Miz. So it's like, well, that's not the story, but okay. In America, though, fans are like, man, fuck you, Miz. Quit trying to steal Carmelo Hayes' limelight. Right? It's a great story, and it's working. People are getting behind it. And actually, it adds to the tag team division. The tag team division, honestly, is the best part of SmackDown, bar none. The in-ring quality for the tag team division, it can't be matched. It's the best thing they got. Stuff like this makes me care about it more. That and the Wyatt Six. So I love that. I love that about this tag team division. But Mellow Dope Miz do indeed beat the Motor City Machine Guns the same way they won their match last week, with the Miz stealing the pinfall and stealing the glory. And saying like, hey, we did it. Although I'm the one that got the pin. Big Daddy Jim, pause. Big Jim was backstage to, of course, celebrate his birthday, but also to be a father. He's interrupted by Solo and the MFTs. I hate that name. And then I think after that they did Charlotte Flair and Piper Niven, right? Yeah. Piper Niven, we're in her backyard, took on Charlotte Flair. Now, what we got in this match I wasn't expecting. The match itself was fine. I was not expecting Piper Niven to pin Charlotte Flair. She pinned Charlotte Flair. Yes, interference from Chelsea Green, but When was the last time Charlotte Flair got pinned on SmackDown? It's been a hot minute. And I mean a hot minute. Was it when Bayley beat her? For the SmackDown title? Nah, there's gotta be a time she lost on SmackDown before then. Or after that. But yeah, it's been a minute since Charlotte lost on SmackDown, so this is big. Congratulations. And I think someone like Piper Niven, honestly to God, swear to me, if they turned her babyface and gave her a strong push, people would get behind her. She has that lovable personality that I think fans would like. If they did that. Yeah, someone's telling me, the last time Charlotte got pinned on SmackDown was when Bayley pinned her. Wow. On SmackDown, by the way. Kiana James is talking to Mia Yim backstage because Kiana James is Julia's personal assistant. Mia Yim's like, I want a shot at Julia. And Kiana James is like, bitch, get behinds. Get on my level first before you touch Julia. So she's going to have to go through Kiana James before she gets to Julia and lose, because that's just how it is. And then they announced that WrestlePalooza will be appearing on ESPN September 20th. We already talked about that. John Cena. Massive pop in Dublin. They love him. Here comes Logan Paul. You guys have no idea how happy this made me, because I was like, oh, this is when it happens. This is when it happens. This is when John Cena buries Logan Paul. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. So, Logan Paul starts talking. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm Logan Paul. Look at me and my dorky ass hair. And they interrupted him with, Ale, shut up, LP. They didn't say that part, but they were drowning him out, and I love it. Talking about he's the best the company ever had. So, John Cena decides, I'm about to end his career. John says, Logan is undeniable. He's a tremendous athlete. He's a future WWE champion and a future main eventer. These are things he believes to be true. And boy, does it make him upset. And they make the fans upset. For years, we've called Logan Paul everything. But we've stuck on one term for Logan. Bitch. No, okay. Not bitch. Wanker. Okay, not wanker. He said outsider. Outsider's Edge? The Outsiders? How dare you compare him to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall? What the fuck, Cena? Oh, you wasn't. Okay, I'll continue. John Cena says we got a course correct because we're stuck with him. And Logan isn't an outsider. He's a disappointment. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't have any expectations for Logan Paul. I always thought he was shit. And he's just proving me right. Cena was so excited when Logan came here. As a family, we opened our arms to him. And instead of respecting this house, what the hell does he do? John Cena goes over to the Prime stand, the Prime hydration station, and says, Paul uses us as a marketing opportunity to buy another Pokemon card. Yeah. He has the audacity of his caucasity to come into his home and bully his family. And he has the audacity of his caucasity to say he put his body on the line for 23 matches. Thank you, Cena. Oh, look at me. I'm one of the boys. I've only had 23 matches in the last 4 or 5 years. Look at me. I'm special. Hurt. When John Cena has given his heart and soul to the business for 23 years. In 2010, he came here and had a house show in Dublin against Sheamus, while Logan was making Vine videos. Ooh, get him! Who here remembers Vine? Vine on the Pine. All Cena does, no matter how many moves he does on any given night, whether it's 100, whether it's 10, whether it's 5, whether it's 1, is he asks, what can he get to the business? And all Logan talks about is taking that booty. I mean, pause. He says that to girls. I hope. Even that's kind of creepy. Pause. Says he's dropping wisdom. He's dropping some gospel on that ass. And Paul should shut his mouth because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how high he jumps. It doesn't matter how viral he gets. People see through his BS and they know he's here for all the wrong reasons. Logan Paul isn't an outsider. He's a parasite. Woo! Say it again. Say it again. He said Logan Paul is a parasite. He's taking opportunities from a laundry list of actual superstars, and the people think he's wasting his time with Logan when he could be fighting Dominic Mysterio, AJ Styles, AJ Styles, AJ Styles, AJ Styles. Sorry, AJ Styles. He says Clash in Paris is the most important match of his life, and the most important life. But he knows about hustle, but Logan knows nothing about loyalty or respect, and he needs to understand if he's gonna make it long term here, this is never his house. This is the crowd's world. Oh my God. And as far as cohabitation goes, he reads the news, homie. You got plenty of legal trouble. And the only agreement they have is that he better bring his A game to Paris because his opponent is the greatest of all time. And if you think for 1 second, in his final moments, he gets to let a guy selling salt water with a YouTube channel can come in and whoop his ass, he's either going to learn what it means to give himself over to the business, or he's going to beat the living shite out of him. And then, of course, Logan tries to hit Cena. Cena gets him with the attitude adjustment. And then... Yep. And then that's how it ends. This was fucking epic. I loved it. As a personal and happy naysayer of Logan Paul, I ate this shit up. This shit was gold. I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. I ain't trying to hear it. Logan Paul deserved every piece of this. I can't stand his ass. Fuck Logan Paul. And John Cena read him his rights. You have the right to remain average and silent. This was a great promo. Cena tore that ass up, put it back together, and tore it up again. He is the king of dressing people down. So we all know what's happening, right? Now that Cena has undressed Logan Paul, usually what that means is Cena is losing at Clash in Paris. So I can already tell you what's about to happen. Cena will get this close to beating Logan Paul. Brock Lesnar will show up. F5. 1, 2, 3, Logan Paul wins. We're going to do Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at WrestlePalooza. You see it. You see it coming. You see it coming. You know Brock Lesnar's going to show up next Sunday. Of course he is. And he's going to interfere in John Cena and Logan Paul. And then we're going to do Brock Lesnar and John Cena. And then John Cena will lose again. But whatever. I love this. I love this. This was great. And now it's just going to be Cena pandering until he has to leave. Again, his last date is December 13th. That's it. That's it for Cena. So, I think we got, 9 dates left? Well, next Sunday is one. Is he going to appear next Friday? So, next Sunday, that means 8 days after Clash in Paris. You know he's doing WrestlePalooza. Oh, man. It's coming up, y'all. So, yeah, like if he does 3 dates in September plus WrestlePalooza and then does 3 dates in October, no, he's not going to be able to do that cuz man, like yeah, like 2 days. If he does 3 dates, he can't do more than 3 dates. He can barely do 2 dates. This might be it, y'all. It's starting to hit now. It's starting to hit a little bit that this is it. When Cena said, bitch, I'm done after this, he is done. So we're going to see how that works out. Drew McIntyre talks to Logan Paul backstage and says, I clearly think you're scared of John Cena. He's not 2010 John Cena. Do whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes. The MFTs, JC, Mateo, and Tangaloa versus the Street Profits. The Street Profits win. That's what I'm caring about. Big Jimmy Uso got out there. Sami Zayn got out there. I don't care about that. The Street Profits won. That's what matters because I love the Street Profits. Aleister Black was supposed to take on R-Truth, Ron Killings. Ron Killings thought we were coming to Dublin and Georgia, not Dublin and Ireland. So he got on the wrong flight. And instead, he found someone else to come whip Aleister Black's ass. And it ended up being Damian Priest. And the brawl was good. The brawl was nice. I liked it. They got something there. There's something there. There's a little something there between Aleister Black and Damian Priest. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Drew McIntyre came out. Big pop. Everyone loved him. And then you see Drew McIntyre standing inside the ring talking about how Cody Rhodes sucks. And then the camera sees Randy Orton pop up on the side and do the little Venom thing that he does. Drew turns around. Boom! RKO. Great. Loved it. That was great. So, I think after that was the main event, right? Yeah, so great crowd, great reactions. I love this stuff. The crowd's carrying the show. Main event was all right. We already talked about it. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax lose to Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill. So, overall, yeah, that was that, ladies and gentlemen, was SmackDown. Great crowd. I liked it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was a show that you have to go out of your way to see. If I was to give it a grade, B-, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Solid show. Solid. Lots of good things on it. Better than the last few weeks, if I'm being honest with you. But that was because of the crowd. The show itself, without the crowd, would be average. Even with John Cena eviscerating Logan Paul, it would have been average. And you have to start thinking, like, Cena's not going to be here in the next few months. Once December rolls around, that's it. No more Cena. So they really better start making new stars, making this work. So, there you go. SmackDown was solid. Give me your thoughts about WrestlePalooza and All Out. Like, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that ultimately. So, give me your thoughts about SmackDown. Give me your thoughts about WrestlePalooza. Also, no donation. So, for the record, if no one donates, then our guy, Corpse EA, keeps the belt. He just keeps the belt. I'm very surprised that no one decided to donate. No one wants to come. No one wants to come for the king. I guess you guys are saving your money for next Sunday, right? You're saving your money for next Sunday for the world title, because we are crying a new champ next Sunday, for the record. And then that person who wins next Sunday gets to decide what show he defends his pay-per-view title on. Would it be All Out, or will it be WWE Wrestlepalooza? Something to think about. What y'all think? Alright, so let me go back and see what y'all were saying about Wrestlepalooza, because I really wanted to get your thoughts on that. So let's see here. Trey Lucado says, Mercedes winning belts is getting annoying. She has 9 belts. Oh.
Imagine if I win by $2 loudly crying.
SD Kai, don't play like that. Well, SD Kai, I guess you're by default in the lead with $2. That would be an insult. If Corp CA loses the belt to $2, that would be nuts. At that point, Ronwell, you might as well just go ahead and pop in $5 and get your belt. But I don't know if Corp CA is gonna take that line down. SD Kai says, imagine if I won with $2. Game Shock said, I summon Corp CA. That's not how you do it. You gotta do it right. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Corp CA. Where the hell is Corp CA? That'd be nice. But I will laugh if he wins the belt with $2. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let me see here. Andre Benson just checked. Almost 9,000 tickets sold for WrestlePalooza. Sub is just over 10,000 as of now. Well, the building itself, I think, only seats like 15,000. So, if they're already closing in on 10,000, they're about to sell that bitch out. Damn. Let me see here. Trying to read the comments here. Ultimo Dragon had 10 belts at once, and one of them was the J Crown champion, consisting of 8 belts and 1 title. The hell? Game Shock said that Ultimo Dragon won the J Crown championship, which consisted of 8 belts and 1 title. How does that work? JJ Bulldog said he's only watching WrestlePalooza for Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, and that's it. Let me see here. AEW has been beating NXT for months. 600K? I don't know that. I think NXT's actually been beating AEW. If I'm being honest with you. WWE Movie Maker. You know what was really nice though? No sponsorship logos in the ring tonight. It was just a big W, as it should have been. Little small things. I agree with that. Chris Haley says the WWE has gotten lazy, but AEW is at least trying. Asuna Luna says she's been burnt out with both. Yeah, it just feels like neither one of them's trying. Both of them are on the race to the bottom. It's all about the money for WWE and nothing else. Well, yeah, that's what it feels like. Trey Lucado says, I don't think they confirmed it as the main event yet, but it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. You know it is. AEW will be a better pay-per-view in terms of in-ring quality. Okay. So I guess Chris Haley is going to go watch AEW and not WrestlePalooza. Game Shocks, Will Ospreay will be getting surgery after this match. This is why they made this a lights-out steel cage match. Oh boy. Hope he doesn't kill himself. Let me see here. Ronwell Nogales. Interesting, I'm in the same page as you. About what? What y'all talking about? I'd rather say Mercedes Moné versus Tony Storm for a Revolution next year. I don't think they're going to wait that long. I think we're getting the rematch this year. Like Full Gear or something. A&B Convos, the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space, says we'll see if anything worthwhile comes of this head-to-head business, but not liking this. We'll see, because again, it feels like they're both in a race on the way to the bottom. That's just how I feel about it. Nikki Bella as the IC Women's Champ would be awful. That would be the dumbest decision they could make. Yes, Corp CA got it right. He had it right. Fight. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit more. JJ Bulldog. Hell, who in WWE would use a body bag like what Darby Allin is doing? Or death matches?
I'm about to hop into my Escalade as I go to the airport on my private jet headed to next week's SmackDown. $2, please. Acknowledge me, index pointing up.
That boy said, "You ain't beating me with no $2. What you think this is? If that's all you got, you disrespectful. Do y'all know who I am? I am Corporate Clyde, your international champ." Trey Lucado says, "At least it's not $200. Hey, Trey, don't tempt him. If you want him to donate $200, someone's going to have to donate $100, which I don't see happening tonight. I think people are saving their money for next Sunday. There's going to be a lot of people coming for the world title. Ryan Nagala says, "This is why I'm not donating, especially with Corp CA being here." All right. Well, Ronwell, you can go for the world title next Sunday. That is ripe for the picking. Let me see here. That boy said, "No, thank you, Clyde can keep it." That's funny. All right, let me see if I can get to what people were saying about WrestlePalooza here. Chris Haley says, WWE using TNA as a toy against AEW too. It's not helping anyone of these companies. It's really not. Okay, so Trey Lucado has decided that he is picking WrestlePalooza because All Out won't really help. All right. JJ Bulldog says, "Hell, TNA is using hardcore in death matches. WWE nowadays is catering to Chuck E. Cheese kids." Punk and Drew McIntyre was super hardcore. Give them credit for that. But that was last year. Ron Nagala says, "Probably neither. Although I'll only watch the highlights of WrestlePalooza just to see if I missed something." So, WrestlePalooza. Although he said neither. Darren Lang says he'll try to watch both events. So you're going to pay $50 and then watch ESPN. Wow, dude. I don't know about that one, Chief. Teddy Long needs to return. Oh my goodness, I miss Teddy. Holla, holla, holla. Yeah, I'm just curious to know, what show would you guys be willing to watch? Amy Convo says SmackDown was a 7 for Becky, but unfortunately your boy was late to the live, so I'll have to reserve rating for now. But hit that like button, y'all. You heard him. Amy Convos Wrestling Edition says to hit that like button. JJ Bulldog says people can say what they want about Vince McMahon, but he would never cost too much money to scam fans. You sure about that? Sean Swaby says John Cena was on Good Morning America yesterday. He said he had 11 days left. Now he has 10 left. The next time John Cena comes back to WWE, that would be for his Hall of Fame induction. Wow. Drew McIntyre was in jail. Whoop. Oh, let's see here. Corpse CA, did you watch Peacemaker? I haven't watched Peacemaker yet. We'll definitely have to catch up on that one. Trey Lucado said, Well. Ron Wells said, okay, never mind. Corpse CA is retaining. Hey, Corpse CA, did Game Shock summon you? How is, real talk, how is Peacemaker? Is it worth watching? Is it fun? Because I've been kind of waiting. I've been kind of waiting to see what everyone else is saying. Should I watch it? Joseph Winter says he's watching WrestlePalooza. Oh, it's good. Okay. Check it out. Harry Grace, thank you, WWE and ESPN Plus. I won't be able to afford to watch any more premium live events since I've been unemployed for 2 years. You priced me out. Oh, man. Sorry, Harry. Sorry, Harry. Peacemaker Season 1. I really like Peacemaker Season 1. Peacemaker Season 2 apparently is solid. Okay. That's funny and good. I'll check it out if it's good. I shall definitely check it out. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for me when it comes to the Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, Corpsier retains his International Super Chat title, and he will remain your champ. He will be defending it once again on the final Friday Night SmackDown next Friday, before Clash in Paris on Sunday. Now, reminder, Sunday's title will be for the world title, and that will be the last time we see Three Diglets' name, because Three Diglets has told us he is no longer competing for a title. He has retired. So, we will be crowning a new champ as of August 31st. So, who would it be? We'll find out. Thank you all so much for being here. As you follow out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time, right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out of here. Peace. When you're